tutorials. In this session, we are going to see the polymorphism in Java and what are the types of polymorphisms and with examples. So, without wasting your time, let's start now. So, polymorphism in Java. Actually, what does the polymorphism means? The polymorphism means existence of either variables or the methods in different forms. Reusing these variables in different forms for our usage is called polymorphism. Whereas the poly means many and morphs means forms. So reusing or existence of variables in different forms comes under polymorphism, and reusing these variables in different forms can be occurred by typecasting or coercions. Coercion is nothing but automatic change of data types by the compilers. It is very near and similar to the typecasting of variables that we are going to see in the next session. So it is similar to typecasting, where we can change the data type of one variable to other variable. So it is also reflects the meaning of polymorphism. And in methods, the polymorphism takes place when the two methods having the same name. So let us consider the example of add method. Here I have one add method. How these two add methods are distinguished mainly differs in polymorphism. So in polymorphism, one add method contains one body, nothing but implementation, and other add method contains other implementation. So though these two methods have same names, but they differ in their implementation, nothing but body part. So how the compiler and the runtime are executed in this polymorphism, we shall see that. So how these methods are invoked. So these methods are invoked by two ways in which the polymorphism defines. So one way is dynamic polymorphism, which is nothing but runtime polymorphism, and static polymorphism. So dynamic polymorphism is also called as runtime polymorphism, and the static polymorphism is also called as compile time polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism, we will see now first. So what does a dynamic polymorphism means? So it's a runtime polymorphism which executes on runtime, whereas the compiler doesn't deal with runtime polymorphisms, because yeah, we shall see why it is occurs. Yeah. So in this type of polymorphisms, the JVM takes care of what are the functions that to be executed during the runtime. So it decides if the two methods having different names, and if I call one of these methods, so the JVM decides which method should be called for the call function. So it decides the method on the following constraints. So if I call this function, add function, how does my JVM knows to access this body part, this implementation? So it accesses this implementation based on certain condition called as method signature. So here, for every method in Java or in any language has a method signature. So the method signature defines two parameters. I mean, it has two parts. So method signature has one method name and parameters. So here consider this example. I have both method names are same, but my parameters may differ. So here I shall have int a, or here I may have some float b. So depending on this signature, my JVM calls that particular method. So we shall see the example on this. So here is a Java program called sample class. It has two methods with the same name and with different parameters, int a, int b, and int a, int b, int c, with different number of different parameters. So here, how does the compiler JVM knows to access this method or to access this method? So here in the menu, here I have menu class in which I declare my name, and I create the object for sample, and I give the parameters to the function add 2,3, first one, and the second one add 2,3,4, giving the object yes, sample object. So here at this point JVM knows to access add of into a comma b, because the method signature of this add 2 comma 3 is, the method signature of this method is method name add, and it has two parameters. So it selects the first void add method when my s dot add 2 comma 3 is called. So when my s dot 2 comma 3 comma 4 is called, I get this method to be executed. So here we shall see. I hope the concept is clear now. So when the compiler, I mean the runtime, the JVM runs this command and implements the 2 comma 3 goes to this method, and whereas 2 comma 3 comma 4 goes to this method as the different method signature. The method signature nothing but has a method name and other different number of parameters that it has. So we shall see the examples to clarify our doubts. So here we have different examples. So first example is we shall define what is called when I define this. So in the first example, so if I define add a 2.3 comma 3.6, so whether I get this or this, yes, I get this, the second one, because whereas I have two floats here, so obviously I get the float value. The second method is invoked when I declare this. Second example is when I declare this, if my sample class have these methods, out of which if I declare this, then my first method is invoked because it has int and float type where my method signature matches. So the next example is if I define add 3 comma 8.9 and if I define two methods, add methods of this type in my sample class, so the add method invokes this one, int a comma float b, whereas as I have declared 3 comma 8.9, whereas depends on method signature, though these parameters are reversed here, but the method signature confirms that the first parameter is int and the second parameter is float. So I should declare as it is while I was calling. So the concept is clear, I hope. So in the next session we will see how the static polymorphism works and method overloading and overriding. And thank you, and if you like this video, please subscribe, and to get more videos, subscribe for this and comment if any suggestions. Thank you.